Now you see some houses are being constructed, they don't have the building approval yet, they only have applied for it. So what they do a lot of the time, from what I've gathered, is that they would go to lands, they will find out for each area, maybe this particular area, maybe this place is in Lekki phase one now. What are the policies? What is allowed? What kind of house type is allowed? What kind of what's the setback? Setback at the back, setback by the sides. Yes, yes. The government policy. There are, see, we have policies. It's just that they are not functioning. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of TeaTalk with Goodness Usman, your number one real estate talk show in Africa. Thanks to each and every one of you who keep coming back to watch, to like, to share, and to comment on the show. We do appreciate every one of you. All right, so let's get straight into today's episode now. As usual, let's go ahead and observe our routine before we go into the topic of today. So yes, wherever you are, as our culture, you need to get a glass of water, a cup of tea, coffee, a glass of wine, whatever it is that suits you best. You need to get it and relax, and then let's have this conversation. Shall we? Wow, wow. Always is always an amazing feeling anytime, any day that I get to sip my green tea. So, yes, you all already know me that I love green tea. Okay, let's get into today's topic. Voila, this particular topic of today is quite interesting, and I would want it to be rather very conversational. What do I mean? I need you guys to put it in the comment section. What do you think about today's topic? Honestly, it's more of me trying to even hear from you guys. What do you guys think? As much as I also want to use it to enlighten you all. Remember that the idea of the show, the main reason why we do this show, is to bring information to you that would help you as a real estate investor in the Nigerian real estate market to make pre-informed and better investment for you that will give you high return on your investment. So in other words, it means that we are here to make your life better and make it easier for you to invest. We don't want you to make any mistakes or lose any of your money. So yes, going right into today's topic, government policy and bureaucracy. How does they affect the entire real estate market? I know this is not a topic a lot of people want to talk about, and trust me, whether we like to talk about it or not, whether we like to address it or not, it is a key integral factor to everything that is happening in the Nigerian real estate market. In fact, this, among other things, is why I always say, most especially to Nigerians in diaspora, to not all the time try to compare the way the real estate market in other economy, other nations, other continents, how it works with our dear country, Nigeria. Why? Because Nigeria, we do have a peculiar dynamic way of doing things. Yes, we wanted to improve and get better, yes, but then let's not forget the fact that our market is peculiar and can't be compared to any other market in any other country or continent in the world. That is why I will always say, don't compare, because if you're going to be comparing, I believe you should do it apple for apple. To be honest, the way we do things, the way it works is quite different, and there are so many bureaucracies, so many things that are involved that unfortunately it just makes the market, the sector dynamic. Okay, so yes, let's go right into it. What do you guys think? Like I said earlier, it's going to be more of a conversation between me and you guys, not so much of me talking. I'll tell you guys what I think, I'll tell you guys what I know, and this is to guide you as a real estate investor, and then avoid some pressure that I've seen some investors put themselves on when they invest. Because for me, I feel like when you're investing as an investor, especially in real estate, anywhere in the world, it's supposed to make your life better. You're not supposed to lose your peace, you're not supposed to lose your cool because you've invested in one property or the other. It's supposed to be the other way around. It's supposed to make your life more easier because you're going to watch your money grow for you, etc. etc. Now, hence why we are here for you to help you as much as we can in the capacity that we have. So yes, speaking about Nigerian bureaucracy, Nigerian government policy, how it does affect the market, the sector, the industry. Well, it does affect it in every way you can possibly think of. Now, I will first of all talk about building approvals. Getting a building approval in Lagos State. Now, when we talk about the Nigerian real estate market sector, we're going in this video, I'm specifically talking about Lagos State because Lagos State is the one that has the most peculiar situation, okay, compared to other states. Things are done differently. Unlike, so let me buttress my point. In Abuja, if you're buying a property in Abuja, if you're buying a land in Abuja, the plot of land is already structured. You already know that if you're buying a 300 square meter, this is the type of house you're building. Either your building is meant for a bungalow or is meant for a duplex. So if you're buying a full plot, it's structured. So when you're going to get approval, when you're going to do your building plan, you already know what you're going out for and why you buy the land. And you already know that you cannot build beyond what has been stipulated or what has been a mark for it. So if you go ahead and go and build something else, trust me, you're calling for demolition later. Right. So the peculiarity of how Abuja is being done, things are being done in Abuja, how it's being done in the north generally, how it's being done in Ogun State or your state, Ekiti State, further out to the east, is way, way different from how it is done in Lagos State. So this conversation is centered around Lagos State, which is the market I largely know more than any other state. So yes, Lagos State. They don't call it the center of commerce for nothing, right? Exactly. So it is the center of commerce. A place that is called a center of commerce, what do you expect? There's going to be a lot of, orishi, different policies, different way of how things are working. And it's quite unfortunate that it is the way it is, but we are hoping that it's going to get better as soon as it can get better. However, it is still what it is. So firstly, I was addressing getting approval for building. That process looks like I feel like that's the most difficult process in Lagos State right now, and it has been over the years. I don't understand why it is like that. I don't understand. That's why I also use the word bureaucracy. I don't understand the bureaucracy behind it. I don't know why it has to be that hard. I don't know why it has to be that difficult. And you'll see situations where demolitions have been done and you just wonder, wow, some people will say so many things. Why did you go and build in this place? Sometimes it's basically building approval. They don't have building approval. Sometimes it's land title. There are so many other factors surrounding why a building will be demolished. Maybe somebody built a house in an inappropriate place. Maybe the government did not allow, they don't say it's okay for you to build there. Maybe you don't have the right document and all of that. But now let's talk about the one that is about approval. You see people getting anxious. I mean, it's not everybody that builds in Lagos that do not want to get approval. But when the approval is taking ages, after some other kurukere moves, after doing some, kurukere things I don't want to mention here, but those who don't know, you will still find out that it's still taking time. Imagine someone wants to build a house has a plan to build a house in 2022 and then started the process in January. You will be shocked, and I'm not joking, you will be shocked that the approval did not get out in 2022. It might take up to 2023. I mean, recently I have a client who bought a plot of land and he started the building approval and all of that, and the process frustrated him. And I was telling him that if you tell, he's a Nigerian, that's right. If you tell you guys that these things take God knows how long, you wonder why is it taking, why it's not supposed to take that long. We know, and that's why I always say that don't compare the market of what you know in other continents or other countries to where we are, especially in the Western world, the way they are doing their things in the US, UK, Dubai, Canada, is not the way we are doing things here. There are processes that work, there are structures in place, and those processes, those systems, they work, they function, they are being followed. You don't have to know anybody that knows anybody that knows anybody to do anything in those places. But in Nigeria, you have to know somebody that knows 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 somebody. The list is endless. It's really not so easy to get things done in this regard with on a very smooth and easy process. I'm sorry, but unfortunately, it is what it is. Are we okay with it? No. Do we like it? No. Do we enjoy it? No. We're hoping that the government will put things in place. I remember the last stakeholder meeting I attended in October, and all of the movers and shakers of the Alausa people were there, and they were saying how they've put some things in process. They're going digital. They want to have all the processes, whether you're getting a processing your land title, you want to get your governor's consent, you want to apply for COO, you want to get your building approval, all of those things, they're trying to automate it and make it digital. Now, I am so personally looking forward to when that will happen. They said they are still they are rounding up, and that the flagship will be in December. Let's hope it will happen. Because it will make the life of everyone easy. These are part of the things that discourage some people from investing. In fact, this building approval, personally, is one of the things I don't really look forward to building. So, the extension of this is that you do not have an idea what these real estate developers go through when it comes to getting building approval. My God, if you interview hundreds of real estate developers, I am not sure you will find one, no, two that will tell you, oh, it's a piece of cake. Don't mind what that goodness lady is saying. It's very easy. Kilo mean. I'm not sure you will get it. In fact, I'm looking forward to the day that I will go interview as many as possible real estate developers. That's an idea now. I think I should go and interview them. And then you hear from their mouth directly, and then they tell you just a snippet of what they go through when it comes to real estate. So yes, I'm bringing that down. So you guys should look out for it. I am going to do that. I'm going to interview as many real estate developers. The ones, I'm not talking about the ones that are selling land. I'm talking about the ones that actually build houses. So if you see some of them doing some magic, we will use the word magic, or we're praising them, you'll be wondering why. What's the big deal? There is a big deal. Because what they went through, what they are going through, I'm so sure that some of them at a point would feel like I'm abandoning the whole thing and just, move to something else. But I'm sure a lot of them couldn't do that because they know that a lot of investors' money is at stake, and that, of course, they wouldn't want to be somebody who gave up on something because it's too tough. So the terrain at which we are also makes it not so easy for businesses to thrive. What we are praying for is a better governance and better processes. Apart from better governance, is also the processes, the systems. I don't think it's that difficult. I don't know, but then I've always think that, and I know some of you will agree with me, that it's not so difficult for these things to be done. But the reason why they are not done, I don't know, and I don't want to, start instigating stuff and all of that. Let's just keep this guided, kind of. So yes. Why I'm talking about this is that you, as a real estate investor, you should know, you should be aware, especially Nigerians in diaspora. I even know Nigerians who don't even know that these things are not as easy as they think. Okay? But the most important thing is that Nigerians in diaspora, especially someone who has stayed abroad for 10 years, who is used to how a system is functioning in Canada, the system is functioning in Germany, maybe in UK or in US, or maybe the person is even in Italy, will just not understand with you when you say certain things do not work the way you think they should work. They just be like, but why? Then they start comparing. Please. Nigeria is it's a peculiar market. Everything about us is peculiar. It's different. We don't have systems in place. And the few systems we have in place, people don't it's not functioning. Let me not say people now. We don't have many systems in place. and the systems we have are not functioning. So until when we do have a functioning system, a proper system, a proper structure, I know that things will get better, and the life of both investors, realtors, real estate developers, all stakeholders will be made easier in the process. So yes, if you're buying a land and you want to build in the future, just prepare your mind. I'm not here to scare you, by the way, but just prepare your mind that you must be ready to not. If you're not based in Nigeria, don't want to do it yourself, and ensure that you work hand in hand with if you bought a property, a land inside an estate, ensure that you work hand in hand with the estates themselves, if they can get as much help as you can from them, or they get to give you a link of somebody that they already know who does this processes all the time, so the person knows what to do, the orishirishi and the processes to pass through, and then make it as fast as possible. Now that as fast as possible I'm talking about is not like you're going to just snap your finger and then your building approval is there. Okay, now you see some houses are being constructed, they don't have the building approval yet, they only have applied for it. So what they do a lot of the time, from what I've gathered, is that they would go to lands, they will find out for each area, maybe this particular area, maybe this place is in Lekki phase 1 now, what are the policies, what is allowed, what kind of house type is allowed, what kind of what's the setback at the back, setback by the sides. Yes, the government policy, there are, see, we have policies, it's just that they are not functioning. So they have the setbacks by your side. If you're building a house, there's a setback that is required both at the back, in front, and of course even by the side, even the parking space. So what they will do is they will stick to those guidelines, use that guideline to start building why they approve it. So if you see someone started construction under 1 year and it's done with the house construction and many houses, a lot of that time it is into that building, that project, that the approval gets out. Most of the time it doesn't get out at that particular time when they started the project, and that's why you see some people start a project, they introduce an off plan, for instance, in the market, and you see it 2 months down the line, 3 months down the line, 4 months down the line, 6 months down the line, you're not really finding any major progress ongoing. Why? The person is actually waiting. Sometimes some of these people will wait and say, okay, let's get our approval. At least let the approval come out first before we start major construction, so that they would have done. But it also depends on who you know and who knows who. So, I mean, I said it earlier that unfortunately our terrain is that terrain that you must know somebody that knows 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 somebody. It's just like that. So unfortunately, it's not supposed to be like that. You're supposed to walk in and be able to get things done without necessarily trying to know somebody that knows somebody, or know that person, or know this person. But that's the terrain that we'll find ourselves. So if you really want to get your things done fast, you have to know the person that knows the person, or know the right channel to talk to. Because sometimes people get to talk to the wrong channel. So hence the reason why I said, if you buy a land in a gated estate, I think it's better when you work hand in hand with the real estate company. See, once you invest with a real estate company, you're in partnership with them. Especially for those who want to buy. If you're buying for land banking, yeah, you're still in partnership with them till you sell the land. You get. If you're buying to build, you have to just be in partnership with them, be in good relationship with them, be in good relationship with your realtor. Because when you get to that point you want to build and you don't have experience, you don't know people, you don't have people back home, especially Nigerians in diaspora, you don't have people back home who knows the terrain, who can do those one around for you. It's better you just, do with your realtor, and of course do with your company, and then they can guide you and say, okay, we know this guy always do this approval for us, he will give you so time. But even when they tell you, even them that have been doing it over the years, do you know that they cannot tell you for certain when these things will be housed? That's another thing. So I can't tell you now that, if you put in your approval, it will be housed in 2 weeks. Trust me, again, Nigerian terrain, Lagos terrain, 2 weeks will eventually turn to 2 months. Do you understand? So sometimes I see Nigerians in diaspora get edgy about these matters, and they get very confused. They get to wonder what's happening, what's this. Because I mean, I see people book flight and come home and say they want to start building, and they realize there's no building approval. They didn't get the approval. At the end of the day, the cost of the flights, the cost of the expenses just went. Everything just went like that to almost a waste. They couldn't get anything done, and they had to go back. So understanding all of this is why some people would rather just settle to buy an off-plan project, or buy a house, and don't get involved in the whole processes and of building. So I'm just explaining this to further expand your mind, especially if you're in Nigerian diaspora. You don't understand how it works. You really don't understand the terrain. You've been off Nigeria for a long time. You don't understand how it works. I know some people who are Nigerians in diaspora that come work that they even understand the terrain more than we, because they know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. So do you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, or you know somebody inside this place that knows this person inside this place, this person that can carry 1 5 fast, that can, by the time you know all those things, you're that kind of person. Of course, you don't need to. You can get your things. You know your way around getting your things done. But if you're a total, someone who do not really have all of this, it's better you stay safe with the company and just ask and just prepare your mind. So the reason why I am doing this, another reason why I'm doing this, I'm letting this discussing this, is because I want you to invest and have this peace of mind with your investment. I don't want you to go through the stress. These things can be very stressful mentally. And I mean, right now, mental well-being is key for me, and is key, I think, is something that is key for everyone to stay mentally well. Okay, so you don't want to unnecessarily stress yourself or work towards unrealistic timeline. Usually some people give themselves those started timelines, not putting into cognizance the old bureaucracy, approval, the old Miss Mero around approval. Except if you're buying a land inside an estate that has already gotten approval. Some of these estates, they just got approval before over the estate and the plan, and they have a structured plan that they want to build. Imagine if you built then in Amen Estate, but they only sold houses in Amen Estate 1. They already got approval for you. See that there is a prototype house and all of that. So that one is a different case. So if you are buying an estate that is a prototype house, they'll get approval for the house types they want to build, and that is easy. So they are sending you the plan and all of that. So that one is kind of a smooth thing for you to just, it's just a smooth ride for you. But you're buying a place where no much no, there's a guideline as to what you can do, but there's no general approval, so to speak. I don't know how to put this. I hope I'm not confusing you. Then you still have to work with the company. I mean, I've seen people who bought property land inside Meridian Boulevard who didn't know that they had the estate. The company can help them, guide them in the approval. They went on their own, and it was becoming too stressful. The conversation was sprout up, and we realized, no, you don't have to do this. Just bring the drawings, and then this is this what you have to do. And then it became easier. And they were like, oh, really? And I've been trying to pay this, trying to pay that. Alausa is trying to, toast me around and there. In fact, that's the thing with Alausa. They like to toast you, the gas bro. They'll buy you like this, turn you like this. And honestly, I don't know how these guys will really function when they have the digital, when everything moves digital. Let's hope that it does move digital, because I mean, anyway, let me cap it at that. All right, so now the bureaucracy and the old policy is not just about building plan only. It also expands to land. Okay, yes, it does expand to land. I remember in one of the episodes I was talking about how land properties, when people talk about, when investors say, oh, is this land not too expensive, why are these developers selling units this high? Trust me when I tell you that government is part of this problem as well. Government also are selling this land high to some of these developers. Now, it's not to say that some developers are not known for high priced property. That's not what I'm saying. I know some developers, no matter how low they even buy a property, they will still sell it triple or and no, they'll still put it at a high price. Some of us know the brands. Some of you even know those brands that when you see their property, whether they're selling a land or you're selling a house, that their own cost is always again, they're always high priced, but you love them and you still want to buy, which is okay if that's what you want. But what I'm saying is, irrespective of whether a developer is putting the price low or is putting it down, or is really realistic market price, or is high overhyped market price, know this and know the truth. Government is part of it. Yes, government is part of it. Now look at all of this government allocated land that they are buying now. Developers are buying. Government are started selling allocated land for a while now, especially in the Ibejuleki Ekpe corridor. The prices these guys are buying, the way they used to buy it 4 years ago, the rate at which they used to buy per square meter 4 years ago, is not the same thing now. In fact, if you see the percentage at which it had gone up from all I've heard, I mean, it's really, really a thing that causes for concern. And you wonder, why would government themselves be selling this particular for this amount? Because I mean, if I want to go into development now, I started asking questions, and when I saw some of the rates, I'm like, wow. So if I buy this per plot, then I mean, when you put your plus or minus and all of that, you realize that okay, they're not the ones only who is responsible for hike in property price. Among other factors, there are other factors. Okay, so these are the ways at which these government policies affect us. The most important one is this, this system that is not functioning, not getting land title document on time. Look at the Ibejuleki houses. The Ibejuleki, remember some about 2 years ago when I came out, I mean last year, when I came out and talked about accession in process, that nobody should buy any land in Ibejuleki that is not properly excised, that does not have a verifiable title, and it became, there was a glass blowout by channel. I know a lot of you got to know me through that video. Yes, I can remember I made I made quite somebody mad, and they make good friends through that video. Now, when that video came out, since then till now, I mean, for years, nothing has happened. Government had not released any title. I mean, I see the effort of some of these developers who had sold this no title lands in Ibejuleki, and what they are going through right now, they still have not. They've made a lot of effort. They've had several meetings with the government officials trying to make sure that the government gives them at least maybe turn these lands to government allocation so they can rebuy it. I know it's going to happen, but why is it taking so long? That is the question I'm asking. Again, it is not the what will a developer do at this point, at this instance? They can't do anything. Government is all of us, Oga. Let's say it that way. They are the alpha and omega. When it comes to land matters, they are the alpha and omega. They can do and undo. Okay? So they themselves can, make these processes faster, make it smooth and easy, and then I feel like the industry will be better for it. Why it is what it is, I do not know. But I'm just saying, let's know that the part at which the government also play in all of this is quite huge. Just like in almost every other thing, right? But the good thing is, despite all of it, the market is booming. The real estate market is really, really doing well. Okay? And lots of properties are giving high return already. The ROIs are incredibly good. So you're sure that if you buy a land 5 years ago, the rate of the land is not the same. So let's even talk about this untitled land that people bought 500,000, 600,000, 1 million naira, thereabout in Ibejuleki 3, 4, 5 years ago. Trust me, by the time they get, maybe the government now approves the title or they convert it into a government allocation, which is what I foresee will happen if they push very well, or is at everybody's best if the government just allocate these areas to these developers and then they rebuy it. So now the down part is that you had paid 1 million or 500,000 that year, don't think that that's the end of it. Oh, when they get allocation, trust me, you're going to pay more zeros. You're going to pay more 6 zeros in millions. I don't know what that is, but when we get to the bridge, we'll cross it, right? That's what they say. So what I'm saying, but it's better for them to allocate it and they get the C of O on all these lands that people have invested in. You now realize that even if you bought a land at 500,000, they're now telling you to bring XYZ millions for the allocated land to get the C of O or whatever. And at the end of the day, the worth of that land is still not the amount put together, how much you paid, and the amount the company told you to pay after it's been allocated. If everything put together is still not the worth of the land, you still maybe times 2 or times 3 the worth of land. So what am I saying in essence? Your money is still safe, though depending on who you bought it from. You have always said this, depending on the company you bought it from. Some company, they do not have fear of God. They have disconnect with the fear of God. Or need business together. You got it. But for those who still, they're dealing with, see, I'm not here to make excuses for developers. Don't make it look like that, or make excuse for myself because of so many shortcomings you can see out there. But I'm just saying that a lot of the times their hands are just tight. They're just tight together. It's like you use handcuff to handcuff somebody. If you do not bring the key, the handcuff the hand cannot be let loose. Oh God, because you cannot even break it without a key. Yes. So, what is the solution? That's what I always ask. Well, we keep getting to do better. We keep putting our voice out there. Every stakeholder keep putting their voice out there. Trust me, I want to applaud some developers what they are doing out there, what they are doing out here. Some of you that are investors, you probably will not know. It is what we know, and we can see the effort. We can see the several meetings. Even me sometimes can be very annoying. Like, why are they not answering you guys? Why is the government mute on this area? Why are they chilling? Why are they taking time? I mean, it's something that will
make the life of the citizens better, make investors not look their money. But I mean, this is what it is. They are the Oga Kotokota. They are still making effort, they're still pleading, they're still making case. And we hope that, of course, very soon they would give a positive vote. And I'm looking forward to the reforming, the new platform. They said they're going to go digital. I'm so looking forward to going through digital, so that if they go digital, you bought a plot of land in and you're residing in UK, somebody else is residing in Canada where you are, or in UK where you are. According to them, you log into their platform and then process your governor's consent, and then when it's ready, they notify you with ease. Make the payment. Everything is going to be done online. I am looking forward. I am praying that that day comes to pass very soon, so that it will not be prolonged. So yes, because I know at that time it will be easier, there will be transparency. If someone wants to sell a property to you, you don't have to send your lawyer or send someone to go to Alauta to go and do checks. All you need to do is pick up the C of O number, put it online on their platform, check it, and then it will give you all the histories. In fact, according to them, they said that you will see the history of the, if you're buying a governor's consent land property now, you will see the history, the first primary owner, the owner, the family that owned it, before they started. You see the history, how it went from the owner to this one, to this one, to Mr. A, to Mr. The person that went there. You will see all the details. They said the reason why they had a delay is because they were trying to get all those history together, techie things. Anyways, what I'm saying is, I mean, the world is global now, and tech is the in thing. So yes, I'm hoping that they nurse it the way they have said they are already nested it, and then we can see these things truly work. We don't bring our usual way of doing things, our peculiarism. We will not allow it to come and affect this digital globalization thingy. I'm looking forward to it. So yes, I hope that this has been informative to you. I hope it has. What do you think? Actually, what do you guys think about this? What do you think? What is the solution? What do you think should be the solution? Is there something else we can do? Is there some voice we can lay? What do you guys think about this government bureaucracy policy? How it's affecting everybody? How it's affecting the real estate market? So yes, I'm gonna cap it here so that I don't go overshoot it. Come on, Lord Jamon, you got it. Continue that, Lord Jamon. Anyways, yes, we're going to wrap it up here. And I hope this has been of value to you. Again, I've said it too. Put it in the comment section. Let's talk about it. What do you think? Do you even think this bureaucracy does exist? Or you're like, this people are just hiding under bureaucracy? Trust me, guys, there are a lot you guys are not aware of. There are quite a lot. I know some few people who understand the way the market works. So when you see them not agitate on some things. It's because they understand the way the market works. A lot of people also don't understand the way the Nigerian market works, and they get easily disappointed. There's a delay in a project, not because the project, the contractor has run away with the money, not because the company is not has abandoned the project, but because the company is not coming back to say, okay, they're just telling you, don't worry, we're working on it. They're not coming to tell you X, Y, Z of what they're going to. The truth is, even me, you see that the things that I know, I can't put it on here. That's why I keep saying we operate in a peculiar environment. Nigerian is a peculiar environment. So it is not always black. Black is not always black. White is not always white. When it comes to getting some of these things, the land title, it's not. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Just that we don't like to talk about it, and we don't like to say it. Just like I'm trying not to say so much right now. So it's not just me making an excuse, just where it is. But what I'm saying is, if you're aware of all of these things, it's not to make you not invest in the market too. It's to make you have realistic projections. That's what, yeah, exactly, that's it. It's to enable you have realistic projections, so that you don't get disappointed because you have projected 3 months or you have projected 6 months, and then you ended up getting disappointed, and then you get worked up, and then you start getting stressed over you're not supposed to stress over. So that's my major aim here on today's topic. So I'll be looking forward to reading your comments in the comment section, and my team. Those my why I'm saying my team. I have a team. Once I upload each episode, they call me. So I'm waiting for. I'm looking forward to your calls. The ones that do call, I'm looking forward to your calls. I want to hear what they think about this topic we just discussed. And those who are good in chatting, oh yeah, now let's go and chat. I'm waiting for a chat. Let's chat about it. Let me hear you. What do you think about today's topic? All right, thank you so much, guys. This is it, and it's a wrap on today's episode. I wish we can go on, but I can see my phones are already pipping, and then pipping, and then before you know it, now somebody's going to say, "Goodness, have been calling you since morning. You have not picked up my call. I've been calling you since yesterday. You have not picked up my call. I've been SMSing you. You have not SMSing me back. I've been chatting you. You are not chatting me back, madam." In fact, some people will say, "I chatted you 2 minutes ago. You did not respond to my chat. I've gone to buy from somebody else who responds to my chat." So before they're gonna buy from somebody else, because I'm doing a video for too long, let me gonna, you know, let me gonna attend to my phones, yo. Come on, let's all down. Okay, that's by the way. So thank you so much to everyone watching. We keep watching all the time. Thank you for everyone who patronized me. My amazing, super amazing client. Thank you. Bless you guys. Always. I keep praying for you guys, and I pray that God will continue to uphold. He will guide and protect you guys. He will continue to guide and protect you all. He will give you long life to enjoy all of your investments in the name of the Lord. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next episode. But hey, ensure that you, yes, you, remain blessed and awesome just the way you are. Go have the best week. Yes! I say to you, oh, double.